Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my channel, our channel, Universal Businesses Limited, Soulism and Spiritualism channel. Today, we're going to discuss more about Soulism and Spiritualism. We're going to continue with the discussion last time that was about the freedom of the soul and the spirit. Today, we're going to discuss more about the freedom, and this time, we're going to talk about liberty of the soul and spirit. In order for the soul to, like we mentioned in our last broadcast, in order for the soul and spirit to flourish, it is essential that it is given the freedom and liberty to attain that. And in order for that to happen, it must propagate itself and further advance itself in the soul and spiritual realm by the liberation of it and by the freedom of it. So liberty and freedom are very important. I would like to mention that the main purpose of the soul is to attain liberty and freedom. Liberty is slightly different from freedom in that sense that liberty is the liberation, and freedom is the free scope of the soul and spirit. So the liberty, is where it attains its heavenly status by elevating itself to the higher realms of the heavens, which is unlimited and boundless, as we mentioned before. And liberty is very important for the soul because that can be attained through purification. That may be through cleansing of the soul using the methods of air, by flowing the soul through air, and by flowing the soul through a wind capacity that can clarify and clean the soul and purify it. If we use air, for instance, if we use breathing, as well as the passage of the air around the body, that basically massages the soul and spirit to cleanse itself from all the impurities, which are basically the karmas and the sins. So the liberty is very important in that sense. Liberation of the soul is very important. It is to maintain utmost purification on a spiritual, on a soulism and spiritual, on a soul and spiritual atomization, that we can call it, or the passage of the clarification and cleansing of the soul and spirit. So liberty is a primary facet to make sure that the soul and spirit is cleansed to its maximum capacity. And it is a very complex system in operation, a complex system that is very complicated. It cannot be defined in a scientific manner. It can only be defined in the after realm definition, after earth, after world definition, through its soul and spiritual journey, through the passages of the avenues, and to the ultimate destination of unlimited heavenness. The soul and spirit maximizes these benefits to its full potential and capacity to make sure that it is cleansed to its utmost state of existence. And the liberty is very important in the sense that having liberty and freedom allows the soul, which is connected to the body, and the body to function in a freely, unrestricted, and a liberal manner. Um, so, what nation has liberty and freedom? What nation has liberty and freedom? I would say the United States of America has liberty and freedom. So, if you're ever wondering where you can actually maximize your soul capacity, that is through the United States of America, because that is the closest that we have to the heavenly realms because of liberty and freedom there. But we also know that liberty and freedom fails in America sometimes, and that also will be a pollution of the soul and spirit. So, liberty and freedom in America can liberalize the soul to its maximum capacity. Another way of liberalizing the soul, if you're not in the United States of America, is to have our own private dwelling capacity, like a quiet room, or a quiet abode where you can liberally and freely express the powers of the soul and spirit through perhaps meditation, breathing techniques, cleansing of the soul, purification, and resting, and through the usage of sound systems and sound effects, which resonates the soul and spirit. So yes, liberalization can be maximized in a closed environment, in your own privacy, and that is the best, rather than sharing your liberty with another soul, which may decline that liberty and eventually capitulate it and not allow it to flourish. So that is very important, that you do not come across other worldly beings that will diminish your liberty and freedom, because your soul and spirit liberty and freedom will also diminish, and then you will have a lesser chance of progressing to the realms of heaven. So, so make sure that you maximize your liberty, maximize it to this maximum extent, and also privatization is very important. Like in America, privatization is one of the primary concepts of the economic system. And privatization can also be applied to privatization of your own home and your own privacy and your private capacity to live in a private dwelling without the interference of others, external government bodies, etc. So, and your mind should also be freely and liberty directed, so that it can also maximize its full potential, which is, and of course the mind and soul are interconnected, and so is the body. So, let's now conclude that this is the religion that I created. You're most welcome to follow it. Soulism and Spiritualism religion. We mentioned in our last broadcast that we're planning to start a community where we can liberalize and freely express our soul and spiritual views, and that will be like a sanctuary or a enclave where we can disassociate with the outside world and have our own private space where we can practice our religion in peace. But of course, this is not going to be a permanent dwelling. You're free to continue with your lives as usual, family lives, and your jobs and your businesses as usual. This is just perhaps temporary or a permanent dwelling for you that we have plans to construct, and we want to maximize this religion and grow it further into a large corporate and corporation where we can benefit this religion to its maximum capacity, which is unlimited. So thank you for all visiting my channel this afternoon, and I would be grateful if you would please leave your comments or subscribe to my channel. And of course, we have a donation request to keep our religion continuing into the future, and we would be very grateful if you would please give us a donation of any amount. It would be very beneficial for our religion. So thank you for all visiting our channel this afternoon, and I wish you the best of luck and good afternoon. And remember, stay spiritually pure, stay spiritually focused, and stay spiritually infinite, and stay spiritually non-ending. Thank you.